Okay, welcome back. Continuing on from yesterday, where we started with making some test pieces up, ready for sort of seeing about reverse mounting LEDs and a few other bits and pieces. So I'm going to be continuing on with that today. I'm just also going to send out some notices that I'm streaming today. So it's not just an audience of one. That should be cool. Okie dokie. Alright. So where were we? So I was working on a few different boards. The main one I was actually doing was an LED test board. So I have a couple of different LED types, and by couple I mean two. I have one here that's an 0603 LED, so quite small, which isn't normally reverse mounted. And then I also have a 1206 reverse mount format LED. The difference between those two being how they the sort of size they make of the grid on the final project. But now that I've got my parts laid out ready here, I've updated some numbering, fixed a problem we had here. We actually had a double up. That's all been sorted. So now we'll go over to the actual board itself. So wait for that to open up. I made the classic mistake of trying to open 3 programs at once. Okay. Yeah, it's over. Had a sag. There we go. Yeah, the old Windows update in the middle of the night trick. Okay. This is where we are. So this is the difference you can see here. So that's 1206 spacing. That's 0603. So much neater. I might just quickly shift that up. Sadly, Illustrator skills are not my strong point. We're getting there though. No, this one here. No, not that one there. Oh, all thumbs today. There we go. So we can shift that up, and then to get an idea on how this will look, we can bring that up a bit more there. There we go. So you can see it's already sort of less square, a bit more business card-like, which is just the aesthetic I'm aiming for. Now, where are we? Okay. So I'm going to delete all these parts. And I'm going to bring it back in again. Design, import changes. No, I'm going to try to match them manually because it'll normally fix itself up as we add everything. We don't want to add the room. Only show. Execute changes. Only show errors. Okay, so I had a problem with our pins. Unknown error, pin C1-1, C2-2. Interesting. Okay, yeah, so all of our, you can see we're missing all of our air wires. So, what we'll do, we'll actually run that check again, because I think it's the net list that's being confused. Execute, no, it doesn't like it. Oh, and now it's brought the room in. Bugger. K and A, that's fine. I think I see the problem. Properties. It can be unpinned. It can be pinned. Okay. Designate as C1-1. -2. Okay, yeah. That's okay. What we'll do is we'll actually update the components. Or actually, let's see if it will let us change this pin mapping. Selection filter, set it to components. That way when we do a drag select, we only get the components, not the nets. Now we have to edit each individual footprint set, which is disappointing. Edit pin map. Anode, cathode. Alright, design, import changes. Let's see if that fixes it. Yeah, so that fixed it for those four. There we go. There we can see them. Ah, looks like we've got the sneaky, another sneaky component in there. C50. Let's go to double up the old style. All things to fix. No rest for the wicked. There we go. C50 and C51. All objects back in there again. Drag that back up. Okie dokie. Now, our numbering will be out, but I don't think that's going to matter at the end of the day. I really just need to get this board done. Alright, components only again. Fix this. And what I'm fixing over here is I'm changing the pin map. So I change that from A that to K. Caps lock. And then we do that for each and every one of these. Edit pin map. Ordinarily this would actually be taken care of in your parts library, but because this is a fairly quick hack just to test the design, I haven't actually sort of made a schematic library for this, which would make this easy to fix. I've just essentially copied the symbol over and assigned it to a part from the part library. Okay, alright. And these should all be the same footprint. Yeah, so that makes it easy to change. A, K, A, K. This is repetitious. Keep running through. I may also have to get a bit smart when I make this board. Often when you go to PCB manufacturers, they don't like it when they really don't like it when you they say multiple designs. So like if they see there's multiple things that aren't part of the one circuit, they get a bit grumpy. It's not as bad as it used to be. So if they do complain, I might just have to tie all my pin 5s together and just cut them with a scalpel when I get the boards. It's a bit tedious. They can be a bit funny about things like that when you buy stuff sometimes in China. Like if they feel you're trying to get around the system or like sort of hack it a little bit, they do tend to kick back a little bit. But hopefully they'll see this for what it is, which is just a manufacturing prototyping test, and let it go through. That's interesting. Their listing is 0603. Yeah, they should be 1206s. Lucky catch. Browse. 2.3s. Again, edit the pin map. Anode, cathode. Yeah, it is normally 1 and 2. That's to do later on with pick and place machines. They always like to have pin 1 as the top and relative to the way the tape is, so that when they load the pick and place machine to do things in an automated fashion, it works nicely. Sadly, not the way I set this up. But hindsight is 2020. That can go. Design, import changes. I don't want to match them manually because I have a life. That's a little bit dramatic. Execute changes. Okay, a couple of errors still. C5, C13, and C61. What's going on with those ones? Ooh, C5. Okay, some of these ones must have got missed. C5, C13. Now, what was it on C31? Oh, I'm surprised if that's not matched up. No, that's. Maybe it's C30. No. A little bit at the top. 61, I think was maybe it was. A, K. Alright. Slowly catching up. Design, import changes, execute. Hey, look at that, everything's green finally. Delete the rooms, honestly. Always tries to force the room behavior. Tools. Design, and you can change the rules so it actually doesn't need the rooms. Altium is really powerful, but it's also really frustrating to set up some of the rules sometimes. Okay, electrical. Where is it hiding? Placement, there we are. Room definition. That's strange, it's actually not enforcing the room rule. It's a bit weird. Just forcing component clearance, not forcing any orientation, not forcing layers, not ignoring nets, it's enforcing heights. Neural room definition. Okay, so that's why. Let's import the room, see if we can control it then. Import changes. Going to put the room in, close, design, rules, room definition. Okay. And we can just disable it that way. There we go. Part of that's fixed. The rest of it will be probably showing this error green color because we're actually off the page. Now I'm actually going to drag this onto a second screen. And I'm not going to share that, stream that, because it's just too awkward and you just can't actually see anything then. But the whole purpose of that being off to the side is purely to make my life easy for cross selection. So I'll make the settings, PCB editor, general, cross selection. System navigation, cross selection, there we are. So I can select things on the schematic and they'll come over on the PCB so I can quickly group stuff. Apply. So now in the PCB I've got it set to only pick up components. Grab those ones and it should, in here, make it easy to move, but it doesn't. It has grabbed them, but there we go. There's that one. There's that one. Let's move selection. That's right, hold. Move selection, there we go, that pops up there. Move selection there. And kind of group everything. Move selection there. Go on, all the way over here. Alright, so we kind of get some groups going. Okay. Now, that's those ones. I'll grab this. These are the array groups. Move selection from there. Move selection. Click and drag. There we go. Move selection. There we go there. Okay, so this is all the 0603 stuff. So that's all the really small LEDs. Bring these in here. No, do as you're told. Okay. Now, where were we? Alright, so 2 there. So you can see each of these is coming across. I'm also going to edit the board shape just because I get sick of seeing that green color. So you have to press the 1 key, go to board design mode, redefine board shape, edit board shape is what we're after. Just make it massive. Oh yeah. That's because of this PCB room requirement. It drives me mad. Also, if we go to 3D mode, you'll actually see we can't see the patterns because they're actually from bottom placement. Oh. And my mouse sensitivity is really bad at the moment. There we go. So you can actually see this is the underside. The holes aren't plated, but the copper goes right up to that edge. Now, it may end up that I actually end up doing a custom copper shape just to try and keep the clearance out from that hole. You really don't want it to go right up to the edge because it makes it sort of mechanically a little bit weak. It puts like a stress point. It can start to lift. So you get the copper start to lift. But for the moment, it doesn't matter. We'll just keep getting it done. Okay. Alright, change the grid. 100mm snaps. There we are. This will help line everything up. Doesn't really matter which order we do things in. $89.20. 1.6 is where 17, 18, 19, 20. So where is C 17. Some objects. Component C17. There it is, right down the bottom. Come on. Just clear the selection filter. Okay. computer is chugging. There we go. That's how we do that. Tools, reset error markers. That's better. Oh, less greed and more happiness. Okay. Snap them to the grid, bring them across. Snap them to the grid. Snap to the grid. When they were first imported, it was brought in on a metric grid, so by changing it to the imperial grid, they're all kind of off. Okay, now these ones can come. What is going on with that selection? Okay. Alrighty. Tools. Why is that one showing violation? What's the error there? Design rule check. It's running DRC constantly, and I just don't want it to. Settings. General. Okay, now tools. Reset error markers. There we go. That's the difference. Okay. Okay. C4. Oh, it was snapping to a weird grid. Oh well. Must be some strange alignment stuff going on up there. Yeah, it's on an odd grid. Okay. Okay. Okey-dokey, parameters. We don't want to see those. No, we want to see some of those designators. For starters, these ones here we should be in a different arrangement. Actually, that's probably better. Arrange, align left. There we go. Everything lines up then. And turn off the designators, because we really don't care what number they are, they're all the same part. Now these can Go there. Eight. Thin stroke. Arrow text. Let's change the grid a bit smaller. .4, 1.6. Oh, I don't like that header connector. It's a bit unappealing. Okay, not that it matters. Oh, goodness me, what is it with my drag select today? $39, $40, $41, $2, $3, $44, $45, $46, $47. Right, now let's rotate all of these by 45 degrees. There we are. Now we need to set a custom grid. So 3.6 high by 4.9 wide. Well, let's get the rest of these into structures first. 35. Okay, 31, 32, 33, 35, 34, 36, 37, 38, 39. Ugh, damn it. That's frustrating. Okay, close enough. And do we want to show it now? We'll just go put the angle first. Alright, 21, 22, 23, 25. This will give me an idea of sort of what grid spacings look like and how aesthetic they are. If you're going all the effort of running up a board just to check hole size, you might as well check some of the aesthetics. There's some things a printout, a scale print just won't give you. And this is one of those things. Before I go to the effort of doing the grids, I might do the 1206s up here. So let's grab all of them. Okie dokie. Okay, let's start with that lot. Move selection there. Move selection there. So this is using the cross select feature. Move selection there. Move selection there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move selection there. And there's 2 groups. That makes that nice and easy. Okay. Spin each of those around. Let's change our grid. Again, 100mm spacing. Control-Shift-D snaps everything to the said grid. You can start to line it all up. Rotate all of these by 90 degrees. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's all the anodes and cathodes lined up. Bring everything over to the right. Just go there, they go up a bit. Come on, everyone lines up. No one gets out of it. Okay. Alrighty. Let's put these all into place. 48. 49. Look at that, you can already see they're just not matching up the same way as the 0603s. In fact, I think they'll probably violate at that proximity. So we'll sketch that down. No, what we'll do, actually, there's an easier way around that. We'll get to that in a sec. 53, 54, 55, 56, 55, 60, 57, 58, 59, drop that one down, 61 to 64, 63, 62, alright, the old align tool. Line, and now we want to distribute vertically. No. One left and one. Well, that is ridiculous. Well, let's start with cleaning up some space. Let's turn off the designators to start with, because they're annoying me. Now let's adjust these designators. Rotate them 90 degrees, shrink the size, and adjust the stroke width. That's better. Alright, now, why won't you redistribute it vertically? Ugh, it's just horrible. Why would you consider that a vertical distribution? Let's adjust the grid. Should be okay. If not, we'll just have to go back and do it all again. Two, 1, 2. Okie dokie. Increase the grid again. Bring these all a bit closer. There's a lot of lost space there. Okay. Go to 2.3. 2.5. There we go. Pretty. Alright. Let's fix these grids up. Okie dokie. Alright, so starting with 69 and 78. 70, 71. 75, 76, 77. And 78. 78, 79, 80. Look at me, I can count in numbers. So you guys can tune in for is watch me counting. 4, 85, 86. Or maybe it's some sort of strange force of habit. Alright, rotate to 225. Oh, that's interesting. They went the other way. Stay? No. Okay. So this one is on a 5mm by 5mm grid. Grid properties. Change this reference system to millimeters with Q. Change the grid properties. 5. Oh, I wonder if that grid 5mm. Okay. Okay, I wonder if I can turn off these snaps. Control grid, display, lines. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, makes it a bit clearer. Honestly. This computer is weird here. The tool insights and moving around as well. It's not meant to do that, I didn't think. Off. There we are. Snap to object hotspots. There we go. Alright. $78, $79. $82, $83, $84, $85, and $86. Alright. So that's that one done. And a 5x5. This one's 5x6. So 5mm, 6mm, 69. Right, that's good there. 69, 70, 72, 73, 74, 75. Okay. This is 3.6 by 4.9, but where is that 3. Which direction is that 3.6? Oh, it's good to know Fusion's starting up. Okay, so look at this. Yeah, 3.5 by 4.9. Is that what I had? 4.9 or 4.6? Okay, Fusion, you can go away now. Okay, 3.6, that's 4 by 4, that's 4 by 5. Okay. So, we set the grid. 3.6, 4.9 in the X. See, that's the problem. I've made my names go the wrong way. I'll have to adjust it on this page here. So 4 by 4 is fine. $5 on the X, $4 on the Y. Save that. There we go. Design, import changes. So it's just those two name changes, and it's trying to add that stupid room again. I know there's a way you can turn that off, but I just can't be bothered. Okay, so 4.9mm by 3.6mm. Snap to grid. You can see already how much smaller that is than this one. Like, so much denser. This is 4 by 4. Bring everything in. Okay, 30, 31, 32. Honestly, it's just like a counting program. Okay, getting there. This is 5 by 4. 21, 22, 23. Change the grid back to 0.5 mil. So you can see they've actually maintained their relationship. Even though they're not on the grid, they keep their sort of original relationship. Okay. Now, designators off. Designators off. Designators off. Okay. I'm actually going to try and conserve a little bit of design room. Doubling up like that. So that's interesting. We've got 4.9 by 3.6. I see why, yes. Yeah, that was to bring this density up, but it's actually more spread out. It really needs to be close to this 5 by 4, is what it will be in reality. At least with the current design. These things always change. And now I want to unlock this for a minute. Here we go. So by unlocking the primitives, I can start to tracks. So I go top overlay, isolate the top overlay. I can actually, come on, give me these parts. Delete. Let me delete those completely. Yes, there we go. There's this one I haven't unlocked the primitive, so I can't fix that just yet. Okay, so you can see how that sort of changed a little bit. Alright, let's run some traces. Bottom layer, P. Track. Bang, bang. Easy peasy. Oh, hello. Let's patch the 100 mil grid. All the lines. I'm quite sure what's going on with the auto router there, but hey, such is life. Actually, tools, route, active route. Okay, yeah, that's right. You have to select the airwires first. Oh, how do you do that? Tools, Control Alt Shift. Active route. Route go first. Oh, Google, always the answer. Altium route. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Bitchin'. Route. Active route. Yeah, cool. You can do it. Oh, and then Shift A should active route. Oh, that's interesting. It doesn't like that. So my guess would be that these are too close to those holes, which means my other ones are going to throw up a whole lot of violations. Now I wonder if it will active route. Will it pick up that? No. Okay. Let's just shortcut everything. See how that goes. Yeah, nice. Interestingly, these ones I had no problems doing those big nets. Let's save this. So now we have the fun task of this one. This grid is way too big. Okay, I'm going to bring this out here, out and down. I forgot that trick. You have to do the bottom one first so it doesn't automatically remove material. Alright, so that one goes in there. So why is that one? Select objects components. Come on. So that's Y434.8. Okay. It's just my... Oh, because this is further out. Duh. Place track. This is going to be the time-consuming part, and there's other ones. So these wires, I have to update my rules. Design rules. Manufacturing hole sizes. Let's plan on using Fusion's services. Because if Fusion can do it, all the others will be able to do it generally. Okay. They used to have an actual Altium rule set. Oh. Go. So I should probably actually show you what I'm doing. So this is their PCB specifications area. But there's no... So this is also their sort of number of different designs things, so like not connected. Different pattern in any layer. So subboard component connections are not shown. Do not separate the boards in the outline layer. Silkscreen lines are okay. Oh, that's fine. I think that's fine. If they're going to try and charge me more, they I'll just cancel and go elsewhere. More. Right. FAQ maybe. Fusion PCB Altium rules. Maybe there's one already. Order submission guidelines. This is interesting. Actually, to look at this, I'm planning on something different with the driving the EL display. I'm actually thinking now that I'll make a small carrier board, because the parts will be very small. They're like a QFN package, so soldering them is very difficult. If I can pre-solder those individual ones and then just mount the board and use castellated connections, it'll make life a lot easier and it'll make that the boards are actually more successful. Okay. Rules. Altium designer Gerber node. PCB specifications. There we go. So they even show the Altium pictures. So have they not got the Altium rule file? No. Nope. Anyways, okay, so what do we need? 1 to 2 layers. These are the thicknesses. Available board weights. Spacings. Distance between via plated holes. Annular rings. I can't even remember what I came here for now. What are we doing? Hole sizes. That's what we're doing. Okay. Angular rings. Board thicknesses. These are for aluminiums. Might actually be on that ordering page. Minimum drill size. Okay, so 0.3 millimeters. Is that? No. Tools. Design rules. Minimum annular ring. That was specified. Greater than or equal to 6 mil. Yep. So there's minimum annular ring, applies to all, and it was 6 mil. There's one thing I like about Altium, you can just you can mix units and it's like, yeah, whatever. Whole size, layer pairs. Yeah, hole to hole clearance. Now that was also specified. So this is plated holes. Yeah, hole to hole clearance is already, I think, set. The same 12 mil. Okay, so it's a little bit higher. Minimum solder mask silver. Is it silver or slither? Sliver with a V. Right. Solder mask. With the solder mask. Greater than or equal to 0.32 millimeters for green. For other colors. Okay, but they can do up to 0.1 mil for green. Or 0.13. For this one, we'll just do 0.32. Apply silk to solder mask clearance. I don't think that was specified. Minimum distance between pad and silk screen. So I'd say it's probably the same. And they say 0.1524. I think that'll be fine. We've got more than that in there. 2 seconds. I'll be right back. And we're back. So, where was that? Honestly, I go for 5 seconds and I forget. Okay. Now, where was I? No, I don't want that to load. No, please go away. Alright, so setting rules. So that's the important one today. Place via diameter. We want it down to 0.4. Sorry, 0.4 there, and then whatever the minimum ring was. So that was 0.152. So it probably needs to be about 0.8. So that's what we're looking at. This is a bit of an unusual way to do things, but I have to set something up funny in my Altium at the moment. It's just not responding the way I want it to respond. So like, the push and pull of traces is going really weird. Backspace. So that should just keep going back. There we go. Place file. These ones will fit wherever. Bye bye, bye bye. So the trick here is to shift these up. Excuse me, align bottom. So that puts them in line. Doesn't really help me. Okay, so that works. Aligning left, and then align bottom, and then align top should pop it up there. Try a DRC just to see if that causes a violation. Yes, I know there's 500 problems. Yeah, so that's less, so it needs to be bigger. Tools, reset error markers. Design will check, run design will check. Okay, so that distance there is acceptable now. So what I can do, tools, what did I just do? Reset error markers, there we go. I can copy that and base it off that center point, but my grid is wrong because I need a metric grid. Current layer, there we go. Can't see, snap there. V, snap, snap, snap. I'm still going to have to go through. I'm going to have to copy the net names. Unless... I don't think this will just apply it directly. This is where rooms make life a lot easier. Like, you can do stuff in rooms. Oh my god, so much easier. Alright, let's run DRC on those. Just to make sure we're not doing a heap of stuff that's going to break. Yeah, too close. I know those are going to cause issues, but alright. Is that actually violating? That one is, but why is this one? Is that because I've tried to move it? Oh, yeah, okay. Tools, reset error markers. Place track. Oh, grid. Yes. Off. So let's try to get it not snapping. Okay, cool, so that doesn't violate. Man, this is going to be a nightmare when it comes to running the main board. Okay, so yeah, it's just flagged an antenna. Alright, tools, reset error markers. That'll do. Alright, let's do C43. C46. C41. Okay. Yep, I think I'm just going to complete the rest of this offline, just because it is not the most exciting thing to watch. So I'll finish this off, then I might start the stream up again later.